The traffic at the Beitbridge border post has improved overnight. This week, we understand that truck drivers had been stuck in queues that stretched over 9 kilometers from the border towards Mchunu. The chaos is due to the tolling system upgrades. Reporter Manqoba Mchunu joins us now for more on this. Manqoba, speak to us about the status of the queues at the moment. I do understand that it started clearing up earlier today, but what is it looking like at the moment?
Well, Heidi, I'm just going to step out of shot just to show you what it looks like here for now. But we have seen in the last few hours quite a significant decrease in the number of trucks that are queuing here at the Beitbridge border post. Yesterday, you recall that we did see the queue stretching up until 9 kilometers closer to Mchunu town. But that has decreased now to just less than 2 kilometers away from the Beitbridge border post itself. And most of the drivers that we've spoken to, Heidi, saying that the situation has improved overnight, and they do understand that things are now being processed much quicker than what it was for the past few weeks or so here at the Beitbridge border post. But Heidi, earlier on you recall that the Human Rights Commission was here at the border post to try and assess the situation because of the complaints, mainly from the drivers who have been raising issues around the lack of water, the lack of pollution facilities as they wait in these long queues. You'll understand, Heidi, that most of these drivers, they cannot leave their trucks. They are stuck in this queue. So this means that those essential services, those basic humanitarian essential services are needed for them. So it has been quite difficult for them over the past few days, but they're saying that they're hopeful that they will pass the border earlier today and hopefully make it to their destinations earlier. But I've got the provincial manager here in Limpopo of the Human Rights Commission, who was here earlier on speaking to some of the drivers as well as the officials from the Beitbridge border post. Baba, thank you for your time. Let's start here. You went today as the Human Rights Commission to assess the situation. Of course, there have been quite a number of concerns about the issue slowly becoming a humanitarian crisis. What have you found so far?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think what I can say is that we're a bit relieved because now we can see that there's movement, trucks are passing, but we are concerned that some of the drivers have indicated to us that they've been here for 2 to 3 days, but we are hoping that they will be passing today. But the biggest challenge that we are having is that the issue is not only the passing. The issue is that when the people are stuck here at the border, what do we do as a government? We just say that the delay is on the other side and we fold our arms. Because these are human beings. Some of them have spent weeks here with no water, with no food, with no abolition facilities. So that should be the concern to us. If they are here, we must provide for those things because those things are related to human rights. If they have the right to have abolition facilities, you can't spend days helping yourself in the bush. It can't be that way. So we are saying to the relevant authorities, we are going to approach them that in case we have this situation, because this might not be the last, as long as we still have a border that is designed like this crisis will never come to an end. Some of the officials that we have engaged with, they are raising the issue of design here. And you can agree with me, it's mixed up here. You will never know who's coming or who's going. It's just a mixed up.
And what do you make of government's response so far? We know that the Home Affairs Minister had indicated that he was talking to Zimbabwean counterparts, but of course he was not getting the answers that he wanted to get at the particular time. What did you make of the South African government response?
Yeah, I think the minister might be missing the point. The point is not about communicating with the Zimbabwe. Yes, they can do that at their own level. But we are talking about the human beings who are spending time, day and nights here in the sun. It's very hot here. What do we do as the government? Should we just fold our arms and say they will pass when their time comes? Or we should provide water, we should provide abolition facilities to them. We should also provide security because some of the drivers that we have spoken to, they've indicated that there's a lot of crime here. People come and take money from them. If they don't pay, they get mugged, they get injured, or they get assaulted. So those are the challenges that we as the South African on our side, we must make sure that when they are parking their trucks here, they are safe. We are not going to blame other government or anywhere. We are talking about humanitarian issues. where our government should respond decisively to make sure that, yes, it can happen that other side, but when they are within our borders, they must be protected.
And in terms of your intervention as the Human Rights Commission, you have spoken that you're going to be approaching several government departments to try and intervene. How far will you go, and what is the plan in terms of your intervention?
So you will understand that the issue of trucks getting stuck is not for the first time, or having crisis in the border is not for the first time. I think what we will do, we have engaged the relevant officials here before. They promised that they will improve the situation. So I think what we'll do now, I think we'll have to investigate the whole situation properly. If it need be, we will have to develop a report with the findings, because we can't just every year in and year out, it's a Beitbridge border, there are crises. Can't we learn from other borders that we have that how do they process trucks? How do they process people who are coming in and out? Why here? So those are the questions that we must ask ourselves. Who's benefiting out of this commotion here? Because if we are all concerned about the commotion here, this would have been resolved long time ago.
And in terms of approaching different departments, I hear you speaking earlier on that you might also be looking at approaching some of the provincial governments to try and perhaps lend a hand to the situation.
So what we are going to, something that we'll do as quickly as possible. We have the Mavhidula district municipality that is responsible for water and sanitation in the province. We'll check with them if their disaster management cannot bring those facilities such as ablution facilities here in the border to make sure that the truck drivers are not getting stuck there.
Yeah. Just give you a moment just to deal and to switch off that mobile phone. Okay, you can continue, sir.
Yeah, I was saying that we will indeed approach the Mavhidula district municipalities, because it's the one that is responsible for water and sanitation. What we are going to do again, we could see truck drivers, they don't even have water to drink, water to take a bath, I mean, things like that. What we can do, why don't we get a water tank to come maybe in the evening or in the afternoon, and in the morning, afternoon, and in the evening, so that they can fill their containers here. Just that to assist them. We know that they cannot leave their trucks here and go anywhere, because once they come back, they will find their trucks being damaged. So what we can do is make sure that we provide that assistance. It's not going to be a permanent service. Just for time when we have crisis, let us respond. Let us not wait for Human Rights Commission to come and say, people who are waiting at the border, they don't have water. I mean, the media is assisting a lot to make sure that they share these things that are happening with the nation. So no one have lodged complaint with us, but we pick up this from the media. We decided to intervene to check if this cannot result into humanitarian crisis.
And do you think that if the situation goes on like this, it will unfold into a humanitarian crisis?
Yes, that is very possible. You can see now, all these trucks that you see, there are drivers inside. Some of them can lose consciousness. It's hot, literally hot. So in no way that we can say we fold our arms and say, no, we can't, this is a normal situation. You can see other drivers were taking a bath. I mean, it is a crisis already. So look at, there is a fence this side. There's a fence on the other side. If one wants to go to the bathroom from here, from these people who are truck drivers here, where are they going to go? So they will do whatever they want to do under the truck, or what should they do? These are not animals. These are human beings. As long as they are within our borders, the Human Rights Commission is going to stand up and protect their rights.
Okay, thank you very much for your time, Victor Mavhidula, who speaks on behalf of the Human Rights Commission. In fact, she's the provincial manager here in Limpopo of the Human Rights, SA Human Rights Commission. Of course, raising their concerns as the Human Rights Commission on the situation here on the ground. It is quite a hot day, Heidi. I can tell you it's nearing 40 degrees here, and you can tell by the sweat on my face here. So you can imagine the situation that these drivers find themselves on, having to wait here in these trucks in such scorching heat with very little water or food. So it is a humanitarian crisis unfolding, according to the Human Rights Commission.